I'm Tom Grant. Lawyers have been sending threatening letters and using scare tactics against media outlets for nearly 15 years now, and yet not one single lawsuit has ever been filed in regards to my disclosure of the details of the Cobain investigation. So silence is the title we've chosen for our first segment. Watch and listen to what happens, and you'll soon see why. Are we entitled to freedom of speech in America? Let's find out.
And next thing I know, besides the phone ringing off the hook from newspapers and TV stations and stuff, I get a call from the Cobain estate. You know, whatever the hell that is. His money's calling me. You know, it's the estate. I don't know what that means. The front lawn is calling me? You know, the jockey holding the lantern on the front lawn is giving me a call. I don't know what that means. I'm getting a call from the estate. You mean lawyers? Oh, yeah, okay, we're lawyers. At the same time, I got a lawyer in L.A. and a lawyer in New York. And the first thing they ask from the film, what do they have to be afraid of is, are you recording this? And I go, well, no. And what I don't say is, being a reporter, of course, I'm keeping copious notes.
And I want you, before you even think about calling in tonight, listen to Tom Grant, the man who's going to be on for the entire 2 hours. He is a respected private investigator. He's from Beverly Hills, California. Courtney Love hired this investigator to find Kurt Cobain after he left the rehab center. He started to notice inconsistencies. He started to notice that things just didn't add up.
If I were to bring you this story, at no point did they say, don't put this on because the man's alive. At no point did they even ask, by the way, what did he say? They kept saying, well, we don't know what he said. You know that. They never said, so what did he say?
First, though, we do have to take care of some pressing business because we've had, I don't think I'm exaggerating if I say a lot of phone calls this morning that are...
You're not exaggerating at all.
A lot of phone calls this morning who are looking for some sort of follow-up on what we devoted the entire show to yesterday, which was a private investigator who was in talking about the death of Kurt Cobain.
It's interesting. The few brave talk show hosts that tried to do a show on what we're doing tonight actually found that there was a lot of suppression. There were lawyers that would call the radio station and the network and say, don't do it. They did it anyway because their lawyers, like Gil Gross at the CBS radio network, said, go ahead. What you're about to do makes sense.
Well, before you get into your point, though, hold on, Raymond.
Okay.
We are being forced,
I knew it.
100% against our will, to read this to you.
Right.
Courtney Love's representatives objected to the contents of yesterday's show. Out of deference to Miss Love, we are not going to be following up today on any subjects related to Miss Love the way we might usually do so. We may have something further to say in the future. Thanks for listening and understanding. That's basically the sum of what we are being allowed to say on the air today.
Are trying to prevent you from going on big radio shows to expose this. It's almost like some kind of a cover-up going on. And I know from some of my coworkers in the business, they've had lawyers try to prevent you from doing the show.
So it was like about 15 minutes. I've got my notes on how long it was in the other room, but of yelling at me, saying, you know, it's like basically saying, you're not worried about being sued? Well, I don't think so. So it's cool. I've never been yelled at by lawyers bi-coastally before. A lawyer in L.A., a lawyer in New York. I get this coast-to-coast hookup. Give me a break. Don't tell your listeners this stuff. Oh, why? Well, because the detective might get in trouble. You know, we're just concerned about him. He could be arrested. Right. Yeah, I'll bet.
private investigator Tom Grant goes public.
Contacted Tom Grant, a Los Angeles-based private investigator and former LA County Sheriff's deputy.
Returning to our story, when Kurt Cobain disappeared from a drug rehab center, his wife, Courtney Love, hired retired detective Tom Grant to find him.
I realize segment 1 may appear to be a bit self-promoting, and to an extent it is, but this is also a very necessary tactic, and it's intended to demonstrate to producers, directors, writers, website owners, or anyone wanting to help with the distribution of Project Unplugged. Ignoring lawsuit threats for nearly 15 years, I've simply told the truth in hundreds of public forums. Segment 1 should prove that you have nothing to fear from hot-aired attorneys hired to scare you away from allowing us to reveal the real facts about the Cobain case. If all goes according to plan, Project Unplugged will be released one segment at a time, each 10 minutes in length. The completed documentary will be over 1 hour and 20 minutes long. There are several reasons for our slow release strategy. Eventually, we'll reach millions of Kurt Cobain and Nirvana fans around the world. Fans who were never exposed to the true facts and details surrounding Kurt Cobain's death. Here are just some of the items of interest to be included in the segments to follow.